right. I think that's a good place to end right there. And getting the music off, getting the program slowly started here. Let's see, as I'm trying to do, what am I trying to do here? What I'm trying to do is stay in the habit of doing at least 2 live streams a week with the bold ambition of much, much more, given my free time. Let's see. And I wanted to see when I touch on this. Okay, looking over some notes here, getting everything organized. Just when I think I'm ready to go, I always look, am I really ready to start? But yes, I am ready to start here. As yes. That's good. All right. So, of course, you can tell by the thumbnail that tonight's topic is K dramas, something I have found myself getting into more and more over the past 2 or 3 years that I've been checking out K dramas on a great many streaming services here and there. Used to be Netflix had a great selection, but I've slowly made my way through what Netflix offered, found my way getting to Hulu and a few others here and there. But yeah, over the years, I've developed quite a list of favorites. I'm going to take a stab tonight at making a top 10 list of my favorite K dramas. And there I was trying to find a fan type website that allows you to make like lists and stuff, but I couldn't find anything that I really liked. That I liked how they had their layout and whatnot. Then I just came across IMDb. Of all things, IMDb.com allows people to make accounts and make their own lists and stuff and rate things like that. As I take a sneeze off there, I tell you, it's been one of those days, crazy busy, and then allergies are crazy. It's this time of year that my airborne adversaries wreak havoc on my sinuses. Let's see. What do I want to do? I want to click in that, click on this. I'm going to do this. Aha. All right. So as I'm changing screens here to kind of get things situated. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is good. All right. I think I'm about ready. If I want to go here, I think I am there. Let's have a look. Yes, there it is. I don't know why all this always feels new to me every time. And now I will enlarge this. There we go. That is about as large as I can make it without things going off screen. I can do that. No, I don't know if I like that or not. One of these two. That'll be okay, I guess. It's a shame I can't reposition my little icon doohickey, but oh well. So, yes. My K-drama list, something I crammed together a couple of days ago. I have a nice selection of K-dramas that I've watched off and on. As I take a look at some of these, share some of them with you all, and talk a little bit about some of my faves because I've got, I haven't really sorted these yet. Let's see, where do I want to start? I'll start up here with this one called Moving. All right, here we go. Moving. This was interesting. This was a fun one. The quiet lives of three high school students with genetic superhuman abilities turn upside down when a mysterious organization starts to hunt them down one by one. Ooh. Yeah, don't you hate that when that happens? But this was pretty fun. This was entertaining. Had a good pace to it. Let's see how to describe it. Oh, I don't want to get into episode descriptions. Yeah. I know. If I can get away with it, I'll play the trailer real quick so y'all can get a. Let's see. I'll go ahead and do this real quick. Why not? Why not?
Mom, Dad, there's something in the clouds.
Kim Dushik, Yuryang Po, Lee Mi-yun, NSP's most elite Black Ops agent. I want you to contribute to your country and make up for all your mistakes. It's an official operation. Do not forget that.
We need them eliminated.
It's true that the powers are genetically inherited.
I'm sorry. I'm telling you, no one can know.
You all try so hard to hide your children. Why?
Someone is hunting us.
Nice to meet you, monster. I'm a monster too.
Ooh, that was fun. Yeah, if you're watching this and you catch vibes of say Heroes, this is how this plays like. This plays along similar beats as the Heroes TV show, but with a K-drama twist. Very fun, very good pacing. I wouldn't say very fast paced. It does do a great deal of story and character development that K-dramas always do. Well casted. I quite liked this. This is good casting. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed this one. I haven't quite decided where I'm going to put it per se. I'm still looking through these, kind of making a general list of ones I like, but I've got 20 here so far. Let's see. Next one on my little list here is actually, I want to do one thing real quick, and that is, let's see here. This. Okay. Everything was good. I just double checking some settings there. All right. House of Ninjas. As our little description starts here, the Tawara family, the last shinobi clan, had abandoned its roots after an incident in the past, but now the family must take on the greatest crisis in Japanese history, one that threatens to shake the nation to its core. One season so far. You can find it on Netflix. And I'll go ahead and play the trailer here so you can get a good idea of what it's about.
最高の忍びは影となる。誰にも知られなくていい。でも俺たちがこの国を守ってるんだ。自分の信念を妨げる者が現れた時、切らなきゃいけない。お願いです。殺さないで。新たな忍びの脅威が浮上した。任務に復帰してもらいたい。俺たちはもう普通の家族なんだ。その普通に家族は満足してるのか。家族のためにも忍びに戻るべき時だって。もう二度と家族を危険にさらすつもりはない。
私はこの国の未解決事件の裏に何かの組織がいると思ってる。
遊覧船の事件は知ってるだろう。おそらく新種の毒が使われている。何かを企んでいる。馬党が復活してる。力を合わせれば俺はこの国を誤った方向に導く腐った頭を変える。警察にも仲間が。俺のこともバレてた。家族のことも。
お前たちは忍びだ。正しい選択をしな。
普通だ。普通だ。普通だ。普通だ。我が家はみんな普通だ。
Yeah.
普通ね。
Yeah, normal, right. Our whole family is normal. So yeah, you quickly get the gist of it right there. A ninja family. Something happened in the past to a family member, and they decide to get out of the ninja business and just lead normal lives. But then, what you know, stuff happens, and they get drawn back into it. Plays along familiar beats because you've seen this storyline before in other TV shows, whether it's a reluctant hero going back to his or her roots after retiring, that sort of thing. It's been played before, but of course, this one, I guess you could say it has a new twist on familiar beats. It was a fun series. I kind of enjoyed that. Let's see. All right, moving right along. Oh, this one was a particular fun one. Lawless Lawyer. This is one of those that you start off with and not knowing what really to expect. But as it went along, it really drew you in. And before you know it, you had the whole series watched. And it was really good. Let's see. As the description says here, Sengpil had witnessed the death of his mother, a former human rights lawyer. Brought up by his gangster uncle, he became an unprecedented gangster lawyer to avenge his mother's death. So this is fun. I mean, he kind of skirts both sides of the law. He becomes a lawyer. His uncle's a gangster, so he's got one foot in one side of the law and one foot in the other side of the law. But he uses his lawyer skills to find out who, the who, the what, and the why for behind his mother's death, and it was quite a fun ride all the way through. Good, strong casting, quite enjoyable. This may be in my top 10. I'll play the trailer here real quick. It's a short one.
어머니가 떠난 후 내 시간은 정지되었다.
이 판결 잘못하신 거라고요.
난 널 꼭 지켜야 돼.
그럴 거면 변호사는 왜 됐어? 그냥 깡패나 하지. 법은 왜 배웠냐고?
법을 알아야 법을 어길 수 있다는 거 몰라요?
이에 피고에게 무죄를 선고합니다.
하사무가 알고 있는 건 다 허상이야.
증명해줘. 내가 믿을 수 있게.
재판은 지금부터 시작입니다.
어려워요?
So yeah, you get a very good idea here. I like the cast. It has a good, strong cast. Good antagonist and good protagonist. Good hero, good villain. And as you can tell from the trailer, lots of action. Very fun series. Let's see. Ooh, next on my list, Song of the Bandits. I went into this not really knowing what to expect with Song of the Bandits, and I was pleasantly surprised. Got a little one-sentence synopsis right here. The Koreans who gathered in Gando, Manchuria for their own reasons and band together to protect their homes during 1910 and 1945 Japanese rule. Oh, this plays really well with I would say almost Western style feel to it. Like if you want to talk about the closest thing to an American style Western, it would be this: how it's shot, how it's framed, the action, the set pieces. You have gunfighters, you have thieves, you have assassins, you have government forces, police, you have revolutionaries. It's all over the place.
더 그래 찍은 거야? 아니. 도저.
중국의 땅, 일본의 돈, 조선의 사람. 이 중에 어떤 게 여길 먹을 것 같냐, 네 생각에?
우리도 한 번쯤은 사람답게 살아봐야지.
나도 모르게 내가 애국어라고 참.
서로 잘하는 거 하자.
가자.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, that's great. Yeah, you can see how it plays just like or very similar to an American style Western. Very fun, great casting all the way around. Quite enjoyed this series. I believe this is going to be a top 10 contender for my top 10 list. The last episode, the ending, that was really rough. I knew where they're going with it. I kind of understood what they're trying to do with it, but the how they ended it was rough. Because you kind of find yourself thinking, oh, it should end one way and everybody should live happily ever after. But no, it doesn't quite go that route. But still, a great series to watch. Let's see. Mr. Queen. So a modern day chef gets trapped in the body of a queen, and the Joseon era, chaos ensues. So yeah, a troublemaking chef working for a well, I guess their version of the White House. Something happens and he gets in trouble. He falls from a high balcony into a swimming pool and bumps his head. When he wakes up after bumping his head, he finds that he has not only traveled back in time somehow, but he is transported back in time to the Joseon era. He's also in the body of the queen, or the soon-to-be queen. This was hysterical. I mean, there were moments that were just laugh out loud funny. Great casting, great direction, great production value, great moments of comedy. So yeah, this plays very well.
그러니까 이게 좀 믿기 힘든 말이긴 한데 나 사실은 남자야. 뭔 개소린가 싶겠지.
목소리까지 변했어.
이거 소리. 내거 어딨어? 니들 나한테 무슨 짓을 한 거야?
실은 깨어난 BC 마마의 용태가 심상치 않다는 소문이 국내에 돌고 있사옵니다.
지금이 뭐 조선시대야?
조선시대요.
아주 임금님 납셨네.
임금님이요.
내가 왕 마누라가 된다는 소리야?
내일이면 우린 부부의 연이 될 터인데
내가 남자는 참 취향이 아니거든.
내일이요. 우리의 가래시.
내일?
그래, 물이야. 물을 통해서 몸이 바뀐 거야. 언제나 빠져나갈 구멍은 있는 법. 돌아가자. 내 삶으로, 소중한 내 몸으로.
출석부 출석. 야, 너 왜 안 해?
뭘 어떻게 말이요? 놀이라하여 기대하였는데 출석부만 외치고.
Yeah, you get the gist from that. I mean, that's pretty funny. Let's see. I believe it's just one season, but it went quick. It was 20 episodes. In spite of it being 20 episodes, it did move at a pretty good pace. There were a few times in the middle that it did bog down a little bit, but it was still very enjoyable. Let's see. Signal, Stranger, Vagabond. This one, I believe, on Netflix, it's called Sisyphus, the Myth. Money Heist, Korea. Squid Game, of course. Everybody has seen Squid Game. If you haven't seen Squid Game, then you probably haven't been keeping up with K-dramas. Alice in Borderland, that was an unusual one. Unlock My Boss was pretty funny. The Brother's Son, that was a good action one. Adamas. Flex X Cop. Cafe Men Nam Dong. A Wonderful Sight, also known as Inspector Coup. I believe it's on Netflix. Extraordinary Attorney Wu. And then the last one on my left list here is Vincenzo. So I'm going to, instead of going through each and every one and kind of playing the trailers for them, I'm going to look at, let's see, list order. Let's see, my rating. All right. Right at the top, out of all of these, my absolute favorite so far has been Vincenzo. And this is one I'd rated at 10 out of 10. This was a fun series. 21 episodes. During a visit to his motherland, a Korean Italian mafia lawyer gives an unrivaled conglomerate a taste of its own medicine with a side of justice. Actually, quite a bit more to that because it's got some drama, got some action to it, got some comedy to it. I like everything about this series. This series is great on every level, even cinematography. Just how it looks, how it sounds, the production values. Great main cast, great supporting cast. Let me play the trailer so you can get an idea of what this is like. This is a great series. This is a highly recommended series from me.
여기가 이탈리아였다면 너희는 지금쯤 아무도 모르게 포도박 걸음이 됐을 거야. 밀라노 수제 양복장인 브랄로가 만든 진짜 미친 것 같아.
오직 선배 걱정만 하는 거죠.
제 경험상 다른 이유가 있는 거죠. 이렇게 오버하게 할 만한 무언가.
도대체 왜 이렇게까지 무모한 겁니까? 그게 내 운명이니까.
네 모가지 꺾는 거는 손가락에 힘도 안 들어가니까.
난 반드시 이 건물을 되찾을 거고 니들 모두 대가를 치르게 할 거야.
Yeah, a really good show. This, I mean, just looking at that, I'm just reminded of all the stuff about this I really enjoyed. I can't say enough about this particular show. Vincenzo is a great show to catch. Fun watch. It's got some drama. Like I said, it's got some drama to it. It even has some hijinks in the courtroom. Him being a lawyer going against corrupt lawyers. There's quite a bit of silliness going on in a courtroom environment. Yeah, that's easily in my top 10. That's easily number 1 in my top 10, top 5. Let's see. Lawless Lawyer, similar vein, not a gangster lawyer from Italy visiting Korea. Lawless Lawyers along the same vein. Let's see, some of these I might want to move up. I've got some right off the bat. The ones I recommend the most have to be Vincenzo, Mr. Queen, Lawless Lawyer, Cafe Menamdong, a story about a former criminal profiler who now works as a fraudster, posing as a fortune teller, and the female detective who gets involved with him. This was a fun series. A Wonderful Sight, also known as Inspector Coup. I quite enjoyed this one. A reclusive ex-cop re-enters the game as an insurance investigator, searching for clues and crime scenes perfectly staged by a serial killer in her midst. So this was also really good. Well casted, well produced, good supporting cast. You have Inspector Coup here, a former police detective or cop who leaves the police force, becomes kind of a slob. She still has a keen investigative mind who she is sometimes employed as a contractor or an insurance investigator through a friend of hers who works for the insurance company. And one day she comes across different crime scenes that are staged as accidents. But she starts realizing that all of these accidents are cleverly staged murders. So, yeah, and another thing I really like about it is it comes across as a battle of a generational battle, if I want to say that. If I want to say it's like Gen X versus a millennial. You have a Gen X era police detective versus a 20-something millennial serial killer. Of course, a 20-something serial killer thinks that she's unstoppable, untouchable. She can just do whatever and get away with it. And she's smarter than anybody else in the room. And then along comes Inspector Koo. So it's a nice cat and mouse game. Go and play the trailer here, right here.
혼자서 죽은 사람이 될 수 있나? 사고사로 위정돼서 사건화도 안 됐다는 거 의심스러운데요.
전문적인 킬러 아닐까요?
안 돼!
우리는 그걸 게이라고 불러. 경찰도 아니고 보험조사관이 왜? 그 두 사람 보호하는 게 우선 아니야? 지금부터 찾아봐야지.
Yeah, very fun, quite enjoyable. I think that one's close to being a top 5 contender for me. You want to rate it higher? Go ahead and rate it a 10. I quite enjoyed it. Very fun. Let's see. Another one I really liked. Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Due to her 164 IQ, impressive memory, and creative thought process, autistic 27-year-old lawyer Woo Young Woo graduated at the top of her class from a prestigious law school. And the series starts with her getting her first job at a law firm where she quickly she quickly rises to the top, shall we say, trying to figure out how to interact with others, because the actress is not autistic, from what I understand, from what I've been able to read on this. The actress playing the title character, Attorney Woo, did an excellent job of portraying a high-functioning autistic person. I mean, there's bits there that I was really wondering, is she really autistic or not? So great job. Also, another unique thing about this series, not only was it fun to watch, quite enjoyable, it did get a little repetitive with the process, but a high mark for me is if I were to say that something was family friendly, this would come close to being family friendly. Trying to go by memory, I want to say there's only 3 bad words in it. So if you're looking for something family friendly that might be relatively clean, you might give this a shot. It does deal with some pretty heavy subjects. So yeah, it's something you might want to check out first before you set it up in a family environment, but it does have interesting points of conversation if you wanted to spark conversation about some particular subjects with a younger family member or family members. Yeah, playing the trailer right here real quick.
제 이름은 똑바로 읽어도 거꾸로 읽어도 우영우입니다. 기러기 토마토 스위스 인도인 별똥별 우영우. 역삼요?
되게 재밌어요.
이 아가씨가 변호사예요?
우영 정체가 뭡니까? 바보인 척하면서 우리 놀리는 거 아니야?
우영우 변호사,
건방지게 누가 누굴 가르치려고 드는 거야 지금?
야, 변호사는 그것만 잘하면 돼. 이 있습니다. 이 있습니다. 글쎄 눈에.
이런 인재를 한 바다가 안 데려오면 누가 데려옵니까?
나는 변호사님이랑 같은 편 하고 싶어요. 변호사님 같은 변호사가 내 편을 들어주면 좋겠어요.
이 있습니다.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Let's see. I'd say that was a top 10. It's not quite a top 5 for me, but that was a top 10 one. Let's see. Another one I particularly like. Looking at these, trying to find standout ones, recommendations. All right. Flex X Cop. I went into this one with pretty low expectations. Basically, it revolves around a rich kid, an idle rich kid who has absolutely too much time on his hands, where he has loads of money, time, and he just does whatever he wants. But he gets into a situation where he's arrested after somebody assaults him. He's arrested, even though was defending himself. It turns out the person he beat up was a criminal the police were looking for. So after he gets arrested, his rich father kind of arranges for him to join the police force as a, shall we say, a special detective. It's like a way of family is able to save face after their no good, no account son gets arrested doing whatever. But soon he starts taking the job as a police detective pretty seriously and ends up using his wealth and his connections to aid in some police investigations. This was pretty fun. This was a pleasant surprise to me because, like I said, I went into this low expectations, not knowing what to expect. And then as it went along, it had some real depth to it. You had some depth to the main character, good supporting cast, good main cast all the way around. Go ahead and play the trailer real quick here.
사건이에요. 네가 잡은 주모 살인범이었어. 용감한 심상 그런 거 받는 건가? 너 경찰이 될 거야. 벌써 윗선까지 얘기 다 끝내놨어. 경찰 놀이한다고 생각하자 우리.
훈련도 안 된 민간인, 그것도 철없는 재벌 3세입니다.
앞으로 잘해보자.
분명히 사고 칠 겁니다.
여사 자식이 죽었어. 형님이 출동하셔야겠습니다. 자, 진정들 하세요! 제가 경찰입니다.
영화랑은 다르다니까.
똑같은데? 범인 좋고 액션 장렬하고 체크하고 경찰입니다. 전 앞으로도 한수의 모든 자산을 이용해서 범인을 잡을 겁니다. 와, 형님 진짜 내가 돈도 백도 안 통하는 곳으로 모시겠습니다.
Yeah, that was fun. I quite enjoyed this one. Let's see. I think I had it 7.8. I might rank him a little bit higher just because I really liked it. Or 8. Put him at 9. It wasn't as fun as, say, Lawless Lawyer or Vincenzo, but those were pretty hard acts to follow. Let me see. Going back to my list here. Eventually. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do 2, maybe 3 more recommendations before I close it out for the night because I've got a full day tomorrow and the morning does come early, unfortunately. Let's see. Another one I particularly liked. Yeah, this one. I just finished this show earlier tonight, about an hour or so before I started streaming. Signal. A cold case profiler in 2015 and a detective in 1989 worked together to solve a series of related murders spanning 3 decades using a special walkie-talkie to communicate with each other. So yeah, that is, as it sounds, a very odd concept, but I'm thinking of a movie. What am I thinking of? What was it? I want to say it was. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, a movie called Frequency that came out in 2000, starring Jim Caviezel and Dennis Quaid. An accidental cross-time radio link connects father and son across 30 years. The son tries to save his father's life, but then must fix the consequences. So yeah, very similar concept between Signal and Frequency, the American movie with Jim Caviezel and Dennis Quaid. Whereas you have a freak electrical storm that somehow allows the son to use his father's shortwave radio to talk to his dad from 30 years earlier to keep him from getting killed. A very similar concept with Signal. You have a police detective who gets killed in the line of work in, what was it, 1997, I think, according to the series. And he has this walkie-talkie that somehow the profiler finds in 2015. So this police walkie-talkie in a bag of garbage that's about to be thrown out, but the profiler just decides to pick it up for some unknown reason, takes it home with him. Then all of a sudden it starts working and somebody starts talking to him over the walkie-talkie. He, of course, picks it up, responds, says, "Who is this? What do you want?" and all that. And he comes to realize he's talking to somebody, another police detective who died in the line of duty 15 years earlier. So once he comes to terms with that, they start going back and forth, sharing information, trying to close cases that the detective was unable to solve 20, 30 years earlier. And along the way, you kind of realize just how connected these two characters are and all the other characters around them. There's a lot of interconnectedness, if that's a word, going on with these two characters. Then, of course, you have a great supporting cast, great production values. It doesn't follow the formula for TV shows because American audiences are used to TV shows lasting, say, 45 minutes to an hour. You get a nice problem reaction solution formula where everything's wrapped up in 45 minutes. At the end of the episode, everybody goes home. Now, these episodes, some of them weigh in at like an hour, 10 minutes, an hour, 15 minutes. They're almost movie length. And you don't really mind. It's the sort of thing you watch and you find yourself drawn into it. A lot of tear-jerking moments here and there. I was pleasant. This was another one that I was pleasantly surprised with because I went into this not knowing what to expect. And by the end of the series, it does leave you wanting more and more. And it does set up for a second season. I don't know if they'll ever come across with a second season because I'm just now seeing that this aired in 2016. So Here we are, what, 8 years later? Yeah, if they haven't had another season by now, they probably never will. I don't know. I have to look it up and see.
과거에서 무전이 온다면 어떨 것 같아요?
박현경님? 네, 이지연입니다.
차 여사님 찾는 그 사람 아니네요. 누굴 찾는 거예요? 너 도대체 뭐야?
당신 지금 나하고 장난하자는 거야? 과거 바뀔 수 있습니다. 되돌려 놓을 겁니다. 아직 기회가 있다면.
Very fun. Easily a top 10. I might even put this, I don't know, this comes very close to being a top 5 K-drama for me. I quite enjoyed this. Let's see. There was another one I was looking at that I quite enjoyed. Cafe Nim Nam Dong. Yeah, I think I touched on this one earlier. A story about a former criminal profiler who now works as a fraudster, as a fortune teller, and the female detective who gets involved with him. This one was fun because this was a very, very funny series. Lots of comedic moments, lots of action to it, lots of very crazy situations going on with it. You essentially have a criminal profiler who is framed, lost his job, sent to prison, gets out of prison, decides to use his knowledge as a criminal profiler and some resources to find out who framed him and why. And along the way, he sets himself up as a fraudulent shaman who actually does help people with their problems, even though he's a scammer.
나 용해동 명물 박수무당 남도사 카페를 할 거야. 카페 미남당.
3년 전 증거 조작 혐의로 실형받았잖아요. 신을 교도소에서 받으셨나?
도사님, 어떡하면 좋아요?
내가 직접 움직일 테니까 넌 시키는 대로 해.
정신 차려 남한준. 내 손으로 부셔버리겠어.
좋은 일도 하고 돈도 많이 벌고 죄는 기고.
남한준이 틀렸다니까.
우리 정말로 다신 보지 맙시다. 네?
Yeah, this was a good one. Fletcher Williams. Hello there. Thanks for joining me tonight as I'm just rambling on about some of my favorite K-dramas. You haven't seen this one. Looks good. Yes. Cafe Men Nam Dong. That's one of the ones I can recommend. If I were to make, like, I'm still trying to decide if I wanted to come out and just do a top 10 or a top 5 list. There's a lot of good ones I've come across over the years, over the past 2 or 3 years. But the absolute favorite for me is Vincenzo. I'll give that the number 1 spot. Let's see, the number 2 spot. Let me reorder my list here. There we go. Oh, I should. Those videos do well. Yeah, doing a top 10, top 5. Yeah, once I get some free time, I probably will do a top 5 K-drama list. Let's see. Vincenzo, number 1. I'd throw in Inspector Coup, A Wonderful Sight, possibly number 2. Flex Cop could be 3 or 4. Cafe Menam Dong could be 5 or 6. Lawless Lawyer could be 6. Signal could be 7. Mr. Queen. I'd say Mr. Queen and Extraordinary Attorney Wu could be tied for 8. Let's see, number 9, I would say there's some really good ones in here. It's hard to choose. Stranger was a good series. I'm torn because I'm personally rating these like 8s, 9s, 10s. That's just how good these are. Stranger could be 9. Number 10 could be Adamus. That's one I haven't touched on. Adamus was a very interesting show. Not action-packed, but it really relied on how layered the story was, and this was really incredible. Fletcher saying you still have to finish Flex Cop. It was cool. Yeah, you'll enjoy it once you finish it. It's got a very nice ending to it. I kind of like how it ended. Have I seen Zombie Detective? No, I've come across that one, but I've just haven't had the chance to check that one out. Let's see. Okay, Adamas. I was talking about. I finished this one about 3 weeks ago. A story of twin brothers uncovering the truth from an accident 22 years ago. Let's see. Going by memory, it's of course I never put much information in these little 1-sentence synopsis. It's like they're both trying to find the who, the what, the why behind something that happened to them and their family, and they're both investigating the same crime. One is a established novelist, and the other is a policeman. So they're doing their own thing, investigating the same crime. And like I said, this is not action heavy. What this is incredibly layered. This story is very layered because it will lead you down a path. And as you're following it down a path, you think, okay, I've got it figured out. And then it does something completely unknown, just switches up 180 degrees, and you're like, okay, I didn't see that coming. And not only does this do it once, twice, but it does it multiple times. And each time it's like, okay, I didn't see that coming. Or it's like, that is a different twist. Now, this Adamas was a very well done show. This is a good storytelling right here. Play the
내가 알아요. 그 사람 결백한 거.
모르면 배우세요. 컨트롤은 혜손이 합니다.
기대해. 당신이 숨기는 게 뭔지 내가 하나하나 까발려줄게.
Yeah, of course it would help if there were English subtitles, but yeah, you kind of get the tone and the feel to it just from that trailer itself. This will probably round up my top 10. Very fun show. Let's see. Yeah, Inspector Ku, A Wonderful Sight. That was a fun one. Cafe Menam Dong, very fun. Lawless Lawyer, very fun. Signal, I just finished earlier tonight. That was very, very good. It kept me going. I didn't even mind that the episodes were over an hour in length. Let's see. Vincenzo, my absolute favorite. I just love everything about this particular show. Moving was fun, very reminiscent of Heroes. You have similar themes with high school kids with superpowers, even one with invulnerability. It really does remind you of Heroes, but quite a bit better. Let's see. Another one I really liked was Flex Cop, Song of the Bandits. Oh, Song of the Bandits, that would be like, I guess, number 11. Brother's Son, House of Ninjas, could be like 12, 13, maybe. Let's see, Unlock My Boss is a pretty good one. Sisyphus, the Myth, had to deal a lot with time travel, and I don't normally like stuff dealing with time travel, but this one was all right. What's interesting about K-dramas in general is, I guess you could say, it's the differences in storytelling between Western style storytelling and then Eastern style storytelling. It's hard to put it into words. It's kind of how they go about setting up the character, setting up the initial problems, character development, story development. That comes first and foremost, and then action comes later. It is kind of a refreshing change of pace from American television, something I've really gotten into a lot recently, mainly with the coof going on, and honestly getting really tired of all the crap that's on American TV and the rather sad state of TV science fiction like Star Trek, Doctor Who, anything Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, or Disney Marvel. Yeah, all of that just pales in comparison to K-dramas. Let's see, another one I kind of liked. Okay, this has gone from top 10 to like top 12. Or maybe top 11, top 12. Let's see. Lawless Lawyer. Oh, checking out the chat. Fletcher Williams asking, have I checked out Stove List? It's about baseball, but you don't have to like baseball to love it. Oh, Stove List. I will jot that down. Okay, I've got pen but no paper. Okay, I've made mention of it in my video. I can go back and rewatch it and go, oh, Stove List, right. Lawless Lawyer is a great fun one too. Yeah, I really enjoyed Lawless Lawyer. Along the same vein as Vincenzo, because there's a lot of courtroom antics in Vincenzo. I just think they're kicked up a notch quite a bit in Vincenzo. Lawless Lawyer, Cafe Nam Nam Dong, very fun. Let's see. Checking my time here, and oh, okay. Like I said, I got an early day tomorrow, so I won't go too terribly long. Won't go like 2 or 3 hours. Let's see. Last recommendation of the evening. Let's see. What's one I haven't really talked much about? Okay, Stranger. 2 seasons. Well done. This was a good series. This is what is this? One sentence synopsis goes: with the help of a gutsy female detective, a prosecutor who has almost lost the ability to feel emotions tackles a strange murder case amid political corruption. So yeah, you've got the main character being this prosecutor who, as a child, had a mental disorder that was treated, but the treatment was kind of harsh, and it kind of left him not really feeling emotions. And since he grew up not really feeling emotions, it was kind of hard for him to relate to others. So kind of going through life, growing up, doing all that, he becomes a prosecutor, but he was really good at his job. So him and some police detectives come across this one case that they start working together on, and it's kind of a layered political intrigue and political corruption and all that. Very interesting. Second season, just as good as the first. So I kind of recommend both seasons of Stranger.
침묵을 원하는 자 모두가 공범이다.
비밀에서.
Yeah, very. Oh, I'm going to stop it right there. Very moody at points. You can find it on both seasons on Netflix, apparently, and I can't remember if they were dubbed or subtitled. Most of these shows so far have been subtitled. There have been a few that have been dubbed. So if your eyes, like me, if your eyes do get tired of reading subtitles while trying to keep up with the action on screen, fortunately, some of these shows are dubbed in English. Let's see. Checking the time here. How long have I been rambling on for tonight? So yeah, I've got 20 here. There's a few, a handful I've actually left off this list. I've got a little list of 20. Vincenzo, Moving, Mr. Queen, Stranger, Signal, Lawless Lawyer, Cafe Menamdong, Adamus, A Wonderful Sight. I believe it's called Inspector Coup on Netflix or Hulu. I really enjoyed this one. This one was a pick for me. Extraordinary Attorney Wu. Humorous, fun, does get a little formulaic in the middle. But it's also fairly clean. If you're looking for something that's remotely family friendly, I'd say check out Extraordinary Attorney Wu. Flex X Cop. Song of the Bandits. Squid Game. Yeah, I don't have to go into Squid Game. Everybody else has already talked Squid Game to death. I was like, yay, it came, it went. Everybody loved it. Big whoop. Alice in Borderland. I got into this one. There are points in it that I didn't particularly care for, but when I saw where they're taking Alice in Borderland and how it ended, it's like, oh, that's where they're taking it. That's what they did with it. Okay. No, I kind of like how it ended. Things made sense. The brother's son, fun, but the plot points, the story I've seen in other TV shows. You've got a crime family who are trying to go straight, or the crime family has a family member who is completely oblivious as to what their family does for a living. Yeah, we've seen this in other TV shows. House of Ninjas wasn't bad. Vagabond was good for action. A good action set piece. Money Heist Korea. This one was good. This was a kind of a remake, or I won't say a continuation, but there is a Spanish TV show also called Money Heist, the original Money Heist. That was also very enjoyable. I'll probably talk about Money Heist, the Spanish show, on a future live stream where I talk about international TV shows, not just K-dramas. But Money Heist Korea, similar vein, similar theme. People take over a bank and essentially rob it and find a way to get out scot-free. Sisyphus the Myth, time travel hijinks. And then the last one on my list so far, Unlock My Boss. Series about a company president who gets trapped inside a smartphone due to a suspicious incident, and an unemployed young man whose life changes after picking up the strange smartphone. Very odd. and yet somewhat enjoyable. Which I can say about most of these Korean dramas. Very odd, but very enjoyable. Let's see. Oh, checking in the chat here. Fletcher Williams asking, did you see All of Us Are Dead? Yes. Yes, I did check that one out. That was unusual. Oh, yes, yes. If you like shows like Leverage and Burn Notice, oh, I loved Burn Notice. Burn Notice was fun, start to finish. That's one of the shows one of the few police type procedural shows that I will own on physical media. And once I watched all of Burn Notice, I know I had to get it on physical media. Like a show called Taxi. Do you mean Taxi Driver or Taxi? I have seen that one. I believe it's 2 seasons. I want to say it's 2 seasons. I've seen both seasons of Taxi or Taxi Driver K-drama. Yeah, very fun. That's another one I'm going to have to, well, I'm here on my IMDb, so I might as well look for it real quick. Let's see. Taxi Driver. Let's see. Yes. Here we go. I go back to, what am I doing? Yeah, here we go. Oh, I want to do this right here. Yeah, I need to add this to my list. This is Taxi Driver. Well, this is Taxi Driver 2. The story of a deluxe taxi driver who gets revenge on behalf of his passengers. Based on the webtoon Deluxe Taxi by Carlos and Lee Jai-jin. Oh, goodness. It's been too long of a day for me to attempt Korean names. But yeah, this is season 2.
얘기해 줄래요? 왜 죽을 만큼 억울한지.
아직도 검찰, 판사들의 정의를 믿나? 난 아주 오랫동안 일을 준비해왔어. 나와 함께 복수하지 않겠나?
도둑철 얘기 들었죠?
실종됐다는 거예요?
사건이 발생했다는 거예요.
대체 왜 그랬냐? 난 어떻게든 용서가 안 되겠다.
본인은 흔적도 없이 사라졌어요. 마치 사냥당한 것처럼.
지금 어디가? 복수.
Yes, nothing like some good old-fashioned vigilanteism there. Kind of in the same lane as, same vein as, well, Burn Notice or Equalizer for fans of the 80s and whatnot. Yeah, I'll add that to my list. That was pretty good. Taxi Driver. Yeah, there's like I said, this is just some of the ones I've come across over the past 2 or 3, 4 years or so. Something I wanted to go over and share with everyone. Some of the ones I really enjoyed. Yes, very A-team. Yep. Because you've got the old guy leader who helps them, guides them. You've got the main guy who drives the taxi, very oriented for helping people, getting revenge, or just helping people out of situations and whatnot. Let me see. Let's see. I've been going on, well, quite a bit over an hour now, and checking the time. I'll go ahead and end it for tonight. So I had quite a few Had people come and go. I saw people lurking. And then I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. As always, I want to thank you, Fletcher Williams, for hanging out in the chat. Very cool to see you here tonight. So thank you all for catching me, whether you're live, whether you're just lurking out there, or if you're catching me on a replay. Thanks so much. Like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Yeah, I can also break it down by different genres. Yeah, there's so many neat things about K-dramas. I may go into that in depth in a future live stream, because when you look at differences in storytelling, like Western style American TV and then Korean K-dramas or even Japanese dramas, Eastern versus Western storytelling, that would be an interesting rabbit hole to go down sometime. And with that, I will draw a close for tonight. Thank you all again for checking this out. Hope I've given you some good ideas for new TV shows to check out. Until later, everyone, thank you all so much for joining me. Yes, have a great night. Later, everyone. Go watch some good TV. Life is too short for bad TV shows.